Good morning, lovely people. It is another beautiful day in London. It's about 24 degrees and it's only lunchtime. I think we're in for a bit of a heat wave, they're saying, this weekend. So I think up to 30 degrees potentially. We'll see how that pans out. But again, another great Saturday morning. I managed to squeeze a long run in all before 11 AM, another half marathon distance and another personal best. This week, 1 hour, 56 minutes and 20 seconds. I don't know what's gotten into me. I'm just in my summer of run, apparently, because I keep doing these extra long runs. I've joined a running club in London and I'm just loving it. It makes me feel so good. It puts me off on a good footing, pardon the pun, for the weekend, because it just lifts my spirits, it sort of boosts my mood, and getting out in the sunlight early on when it's still quiet, it's just, yeah, a real mental health game changer. So can 10 out of 10 recommend if you're looking for a new hobby to get your mood up. I must say I was never a runner to begin with. It's been a long journey to get here. If you think you hate running, just try running a bit slower, because I realised I hated running because I was pushing myself to run far too quickly until I literally felt sick. And then when I actually started to run slower and run for longer distances, that's when I realised I actually did enjoy running. And now I can run longer and longer and longer, and I just need to slow my pace, and it makes me feel way better. Like, if you're having to stop and feel like you're going to be sick, then you're probably not doing it right. Not that I'm a running expert, but just my 2 cents on that. And yeah, I've got a relatively chill weekend planned. I just really wanted to get my run in this morning to make sure I got out in that sun and that fresh air, and it's my kind of me time. I do it every Saturday now, which is nice, and then run club on Tuesday nights, my favourite thing to do. And then I need to get groceries in, do chores, maybe change my sheets. You can see my laundry hanging up in the background that I've been trying to hide. And then I'm going to the Globe Theatre this evening to see, I think, A Midsummer Night's Dream. You guys know I studied English, I love Shakespeare, I love going to the Globe. It's kind of a tradition that I go every year, and I'm going with my friend Astrid, if any of you remember Astrid. She's one of my best friends from university, and it's kind of a tradition for us now. We seem to go every single year, pretty much. I'm trying to think what we've seen. We've seen Hamlet, we've seen Henry IV Part 1, Henry IV Part 2. A couple of years ago I went to see a really good modern remake of Romeo and Juliet and enjoyed that. And this year, as I said, I think it's A Midsummer Night's Dream. So very excited, though I'm hoping this run hasn't completely tired me out for it, because the standing tickets are the cheap ones. You can get them for like £5 to £10, so that's what we've gone for. But that does mean I'm going to have to stand up for 2 hours after having run a half marathon this morning, so we'll see how that goes. Anyway, I'm looking a bit frazzled. I can't believe I just come straight in and just started vlogging when I look this much of a mess, so I do need to go jump in the shower. I want to apologise to anyone who sat next to me on the tube today, because I always run straight into Central and then tube back, because I don't like looping around on myself on the same route. I find it boring. But whoever had to sit next to me on the tube, I'm a bit gross and a bit sweaty after running in like 24-degree heat, so apologies. Anyway, I'm gonna go jump in the shower. I need to get this sweat off me and out of these sweaty running clothes. Also, before I jump in the shower, just really quickly, I have signed up to a meal delivery box service. This isn't sponsored or anything, but I was offered a free tester kit, I guess, with my bank, which is really odd, as like a perk, I imagine. And I've signed up for the first time. I've never done meal delivery boxes before because I love cooking myself. I'd rather like make my own sauces and curry paste by blending spices. I really enjoy cooking, like that's my way to de-stress. So the idea of having a meal box or a meal delivery service to me is just not something I'd ever considered before. But when I had the chance to try it for free, I decided to get my hands on one. Probably not going to stick with the subscription. As I said, I do like cooking myself. But just to try it out, I was like, I'm curious, I'll see what this is all about. So this is how it's come in the post in my letterbox. It must have fit through pretty easily. But I just wanted to do a bit of an unboxing with you guys and ask if you've tried meal delivery services before and what you think of them. Because as I said, it's not something I've ever even considered. So it comes in this little box. This is so fun. I've never done like an unboxing before. As I said, not sponsored. It comes in this little box. And then it's got like, this is like the brand leaflet, I guess. And then these are the 4 meals that I decided to go with. So I went for the spinach and paneer curry, the chickpea kofta flatbreads, the teriyaki aubergine donburi. I love aubergine and I'm kind of in an aubergine phase at the minute, so I'm excited about this one. and then the sticky Korean cauliflower drumsticks. They all look so tasty. I think the one I'm most excited about is the paneer curry, though it's not really the weather for it at the minute. It's quite hot and I'm not sure I'm in the mood for a curry, but maybe even, you know what, maybe the chickpea kofta flatbreads. And then, so yeah, on the recipe cards you've got a picture on the front and then the ingredients you need on the back and the cooking instructions. And then this is the stuff, I guess, they send you in the kit. I'm not actually sure what it is. Obviously you need to buy all of the fresh ingredients yourself, so I imagine it's the pastes and spices. Yeah, so this one for the spinach and paneer curry has garlic paste, korma paste and nigella seeds. Oh, I'm a bit disappointed. This doesn't sound like it's going to be spicy and I prefer spicy curries, but with the paneer, like a creamy sweet curry could be tasty. And then the sticky Korean drumsticks one, Korean style rub, gochujang glaze, quick pickle mix. As I said, I kind of made my own recently, or usually if I buy sauces and pastes, I'll get them from like, I don't know, the Asian supermarket in Chinatown and things like that, just because I prefer, I don't know, something a little bit more authentic, or I like to try and blend my own spices rather than buying jarred sauces, just because it's healthier and I actually enjoy it and they don't put loads of sugar and preservatives in. But like, you do you, whatever floats your boat. Just, I like that and I like to spend the time doing it, so I don't mind. But I understand some people need things like this because it's quick and easy and it helps with that cooking process, especially for families. I guess why I get these would be pretty useful, especially because I imagine you'll get a couple of portions out of them. The kofta flatbreads, yeah, it has kofta seasoning, pomegranate molasses, and, oh, I'm going to butcher that pronunciation, cacique paste. Correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. And then the teriyaki one is rice stock, teriyaki sauce, and yasai seasoning. So, interested to try those out. Like I said, probably won't renew, probably won't get another one, but while it was free and I only had to pay 50p for delivery, I thought, why in the heck not? Because that's going to make my meal prep for the week easier. That's one thing I do love about it. I love meal prepping. I will prep my lunches and dinners for the whole week every Sunday and keep them in little Tupperwares. So that's one thing this is good for, especially when I've got running training on Tuesday evenings. I do the gym on Monday and Thursday, and then I've got busy weekends. So yeah, we'll see how this goes, and maybe I'll give you a review in the next video. I have made a really hodgepodge meal for lunch. So I meal prep through the week normally, and that means I have everything in Tupperwares ready to go, and then whatever's left over come the weekend. Because I don't like food waste, I kind of just chuck it all together. So this is a really odd mixed salad. I've got these lettuce leaves, I've got falafel, this grain like bulgur wheat mix that I had, like a packet mix I had left over from a few weeks ago, chuck some cranberries in there, some lemon juice. I really wanted tomatoes but didn't have tomatoes. I wanted more fruit or veg on the salad, so I was like, apricots, they're left, and that kind of goes with the vibe of like the cranberries, like the sweetness, but then like the savoury of the tahini dressing on the falafel and things, and then the saltiness of the olives as well, and then some beetroot sauerkraut, which I've been obsessed with lately. I'm really getting into like gut health stuff, so I've been drinking a lot of kombucha and eating a lot of sauerkraut and kimchi and like fermented foods. So this is my weird salad, and then I sprinkled on some, what do you call it, nutritional yeast flakes, just again for that bit of savoury to balance out the sweet. But I think it works. Like, it might look a bit odd, but I think it's going to be tasty. So I was literally just dozing off into a nap, which I never normally do. I find that it makes me feel worse afterwards. I usually wake up and feel a bit sick, and it just knocks my rhythm off, and then I have a bad sleep again that night because I've napped during the day. But I had a really bad sleep last night and wasn't feeling too well, and then with my long run this morning I must have just been super knackered. So I lay on my bed and just started to drift off. Then all of a sudden the doorbell rings again, and it's another delivery, and this time it is some running shoes. So I don't actually buy a lot of clothes, a lot of stuff in general. I try to be happy with what I've got or buy secondhand where I can. But like I said, I'm in my running girl era at the minute, and with me running so much lately, I've been doing a lot of miles in my trainers, so I need some good like supportive shoes to make sure that I'm not getting injured. And to be honest, I probably should have changed my trainers a long time ago. I bought my last pair just under a year ago, and I was like, yeah, like they'll last, but now I'm doing on average like 25 to 30 kilometers a week, so I really should have changed them. The tread has gone, the grip's gone, like they're completely worn down. But but I was clinging on to them for as long as I could because I was like, I only bought them a year ago. But it's more about how long you've ran rather than how long you've had them. So I decided to treat myself to a new pair of Asics trainers, and I'm not bothered about flashy new models and new features and things, just a good pair of supportive shoes will do me just fine. And these were on offer on Marks and Spencer's, reduced to £83. Now I'm not sure what they were before. I think when they originally launched they were about £140. So to get a pair of running trainers for £83 might sound ludicrous to anyone watching right now. And like I said, I'm not normally a splurger or a shopper, but I don't mind spending good money on good shoes, and as things go that's actually very cheap for running trainers. I know people at my run club who have spent like £200 on trainers, and £83 I was like, I can spare that considering I'll have to change them probably in like a year's time again. And my friend once said to me, cost per wear, and when you do the maths on it, girl maths, when you do the maths on it, cost per wear, so worth it. So I'm just unboxing them now, and I actually haven't even looked at them myself yet, so I'm literally doing this live. Let's see. Da, 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 da. Okay, this tissue you can't even see. But if, oh, they're really nice. They're a nice colour. I actually wanted something a little bit brighter because it seems to be all the craze at run clubs to go for like obnoxiously luminous trainers, or like super bright, super in your face, which is weird because before I was a runner I was like, yeah, dark trainers, they'll get muddy, I don't want any dirt to show up on them, I don't want to draw attention to myself. But when you're in running club circles, everyone goes for like the bright yellows, the bright oranges. So I did actually want the peach, but they weren't on offer, and I was like, I'm not that precious about the colour. Like, I wouldn't pay above and beyond to get a certain colour. I'd rather just get whatever's on offer. And these are similar to the ones I already had, the same sort of colour. But these are the new shoes. Aren't they nice? So they're like a purpley blue colour. I don't know if you can see that. And then they've got these super nice, like light blue, baby blue maybe, laces, and they kind of have like different tones of purple running through the shoe itself. I'm so pleased with these. I always go Asics. I actually didn't try these on for once. Last time when I did buy new trainers, I went around all the shops, tried on all the different shoes, made sure I was getting the ones I wanted, and then ordered them online because they were cheaper. But I know I'm happy with Asics. These are the next model up from my current shoe. So I have the Asics Gel Cumulus 24 at the minute, and I think these are the 25, so they're actually a model behind. I think we're onto the 26 at the minute. But as I said, I'm not bothered about flashy new trends and expensive trainers. These will do just fine. I'm sure there are very minimal differences between these and the next version up, and I am so excited to try these out. Like, they feel super squishy. Like look at me now, I'm a trainer reviewer, I am a running girly. Like, who would have thought? The character arc, no one saw coming. But they feel good. Like, I won't be able to tell until I've actually taken them for a drive, taken them for a test run, but I'm very, very excited. It has this like FF Blast foam, I think, that cushions your foot more and like absorbs some of the shock from running. Like, they're super lightweight as well, which is what you want in a running shoe. Let me just move this out of the way. And yeah, I really like the colour, so we'll see. I'll maybe give you another review in the next vlog or something when I review my meal box as well, and when I've tested my shoes out, and we'll find out how they perform outside on one of my long runs. I've just got in from the Globe Theatre and it was honestly so incredible. Astrid and I had the best time ever. The costumes were just brilliant. One thing I should say, I think I said earlier that I was going to see A Midsummer Night's Dream. We weren't. We went to see Much Ado About Nothing. So for about half of the play I was like, where's that scene when they go into the forest, and where's Puck, and where's Oberon, and where's Bottom the donkey? And then Astrid was like, hun, you've got the wrong play. We are watching Much Ado About Nothing. Like, you've been following the wrong play for half of it, which is kind of funny. But it was so funny. Like, the cast were hilarious. They kind of went off script a couple of times. They were interacting with the audience. Yeah, it was just a really, really funny, well put together production. When we got there, we actually found out that the role of Beatrice, the actress playing that part, was sick, so she couldn't perform, so they had a stand-in reading, and honestly, she was incredible. I can't imagine what the play would have looked like without her, because she did it so effortlessly, and she just really brought the role to life. So I can't imagine anyone else actually playing that part. Like, obviously she was reading from like a book, but she kind of knew the lines so well, she didn't really need it, and she just seemed so natural in the part. So yeah, like I said, I can't imagine what the play would have looked like with the other actress in it who was meant to be playing the part, but she did such an incredible job, the stand-in, and got a standing ovation, a huge round of applause. Like I said, the music, the costumes, I think they were some of the best costumes I've seen at the Globe so far. There were nice, like, sort of carnival scenes, people with like animal masks like donkey, lion, there was a weird fish type creature, lots of musical instruments. I think someone had a lyre, which is like a medieval looking guitar type thing. Google it if you don't know what I mean. It just far surpassed expectations, especially because I always remember Much Ado as being, I don't want to say a slightly boring play, but I mean, it's in the title, Much Ado About Nothing. Like, nothing really happens, and it's kind of a lot of fuss over nothing. So it's kind of one of those ones that doesn't really have a strong plot, I don't feel, and yet they somehow managed to bring the script to life. I think this one is less about plot and more about like the words themselves, because some of the one-liners are really, really funny, and the characters really brought that out of the script. So yes, I had a really good time. I'm glad we went to see it, and we loved it so much. We're already looking to see what the next one is next month, and we might go and see that as well. But for now, I need to get this makeup off and climb into bed because I'm so exhausted. It's past 11 o'clock now. It's so late, and yeah, I'm very tired from my very long day, from my long run this morning and not sleeping well last night, so I really need to just climb into bed. Today has honestly been one of the most chill days ever. Excuse me for not vlogging much, but I didn't really get up to much. Excuse the laundry in the background again, I keep doing this, but Sunday is a bit of a chores day. So I actually hadn't slept that well for the past few nights, so I let myself have a lie-in today. I was meant to go and see friends, but I was feeling a bit out of energy, I think, with my long run yesterday and the bad sleep, and then I was just really catching up on my sleep this morning, so I didn't feel up to going out. So I was gentle with myself and decided to cancel the plans, which is probably a better thing to do. I know sometimes you can get that FOMO, but I'd rather actually like get my energy levels back up and feel right, and then be able to hit the week or hit the ground running next week when I go back to work. So I was being very gentle. My camera battery died, so I'm gonna have to finish this vlog from my phone. Like I was saying, went out to get my groceries, came back and mostly chilled, did a couple of house chores. Like, it's my turn this week on the rota to do the floors, the kitchen, so like sweeping, mopping, hoovering, so made sure I did that. Like I said, did some laundry, did some ironing, and then I decided to head out to my local park to just sit and read my book in the sun. It's been like 28, 29 degrees today, so I just thought, what better when I'm feeling on the bottom than to get some sun, some fresh air. So I just did that and had probably a much needed relaxed Sunday, and then came back, tried my meal prep box, which actually was pretty good. Like, it definitely made cooking a lot quicker and a lot easier, so I can definitely see why people do this. I am a very busy corporate young professional, and meal prepping and cooking and things takes a lot of time out of my week, or well, I should say weekend, because I tend to do all of my cooking at the weekend, so I don't have to do it during the week, because I just know I wouldn't have time to go to work, come home, gym or run, and then cook once I got in like from scratch. So I see why people do it now. Like, I definitely rated it for the quickness and the ease. Wasn't super sold on the curry, like it wasn't really to my flavour taste, and I kind of like mixing my own spices and paste and things. That's what I enjoy about cooking. But for the ease, 10 out of 10. It was so easy. Like, the steps were super simple to follow. It was just chuck stuff in a pan. All I had to do was chop a couple of vegetables. So yeah, really rated it for that. I had the paneer, I think it was paneer and spinach curry, paneer korma. Again, not to my taste. I quite like a spicy curry, and obviously this was like creamier and milder, but it was good flavour. So yeah, probably wouldn't buy a meal box again, but enjoyed trying it for the first time. And I guess if I ever felt like I had a really busy week coming up and I didn't really have the time to meal prep and cook on the weekend, then maybe I'd consider doing it again. Let me know in the comments below, do you guys meal prep? Do you buy like meal kits? Have you tried things like HelloFresh, or what's the other one called? Is it Gourmet Kit, Go Gourmet, something like that? The one I had, I think, was Simply Cook. Not sure. Like I said, not sponsored. It was just a product I managed to get my hands on. And yeah, that's me in for the rest of the night now. Managed to finish my book, managed to get all my chores done. I just want to shower because I am covered in sun cream and I smell like sun cream, and I'm a bit like sticky and sweaty from being in the sun. Hope I didn't burn. I did try to layer up as much sun cream as I could. Don't forget to wear your sun cream this summer, kids. And on that note, I think I will end this vlog here. Thanks for watching, everybody. I hope you guys had a good weekend too. Let me know what you got up to in the comments below, and I'll see you around. Thanks, everybody. Bye.